Good morning, Year 6. We did really well with yesterday's work, so we're still going to look at angles on a straight line today, but we're going to look at the more reasoning and problem-solving side. So first of all, just to refresh your memories, I'd like you to pause the video and calculate the missing angles. Okay, so let's remember, angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. So, number 1 is 141 degrees. Number 2 is 76 degrees, number 3 is 71 degrees, and number 4 is 76 degrees. Don't be confused by number 3 because the straight line is at the top. It's still the straight line that you are looking for. Well done if you got those correct. Let's have a look at this one. So Jen says, if I turn from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, this is a half turn, so 180 degrees. Is Jen correct? Prove it. What other turns can you identify on a clock face that would be the same value of 180? So Jen wants to turn from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock, okay? And she says that it's a half turn, so it's 180 degrees. So if you have a clock near you, you can try doing it on the clock that you are near. Have a go at this question. See if, first of all, Jen is correct, and then decide what other turns you can do on a clock that would be the same value of 180 degrees. Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so true, because if you draw a line from 2 to 8, you get a straight line. So that means that that is worth 180 degrees. So also 15 minutes, so to 3 or to 6 or to 9 is 90 degrees. So 30 minutes equals 90 plus 90, which is 180. Okay, so if you added 15 minutes on from 2, you've got 5, 10, 15. It would go to 5. Then if you added another 15 minutes, you get 5, 10, 15, which would go to 8. So let's just prove that 15 minutes equals a right angle. Okay, can you see there how that's a right angle? So every 15 minutes is a right angle. So other turns that you might want to make, there's lots of answers. So for example, you might go from 3 to 9. You might go from 1 to 7, you might go from 10 to 4, you might go from 12 to 6, you might go from 11 to 5, okay? So well done if you got any of those. Okay, so let's have a look at this one then. So Jack is measuring two angles on a straight line. So my angles measure 73 degrees and 108 degrees. So explain why at least one of Jack's angles must be wrong. So I've drawn Jack's angles on his line. So we've got 73 degrees here and 108 degrees here. Now, if there's something wrong, it must be something to do with what the straight line is worth, how many angles are on a straight line, and how much each of his angles are worth. So let's just remind ourselves, how many degrees is a straight line? So a straight line is 180 degrees. Okay? So now I need to work out what the problem is. So I'm going to start by adding 108 and 73 to see what I get. So I've got 108 and I've got 73. And I'm doing this because I know that the error must be somewhere either in his calculation or with the angles that he has used. So 8 add 3 is 11. 0 add 7 is 7, add 1 is 8. And then 1 add nothing is 1. Okay? So I can see straight away that the angles that he has chosen go above 180 degrees because they're 181 degrees. Okay, so this means that at least one of Jack's angles must be wrong because his total is above 180 degrees, which is above the amount of angles, the amount of degrees that are on a straight line. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So Floria is describing angles on a straight line for her friend to draw. She says one of the angles is 32 degrees another is a right angle, and the final angle is 68 degrees. Is Floria correct? Prove it. So if we draw that out, we've got our straight line here. She says that one is a right angle, one is 32, and one is 68. So we'd have 68 there, 32 there. So we want to know if she is correct. We need to prove it. So this is very similar to the previous question. So in order to work out whether it's correct, we need to work out whether these angles equal 180 degrees. Pause the video now and see if you can work it out. Okay, let's have a look at the answers then. So 68 add 32 add 90 is 190 degrees. So this means she is incorrect because angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. A right angle is 90 degrees, therefore if all the angles are added together they make 190 degrees because 68 add 32 makes 100. This angle is therefore a reflex angle. Well done if you got that correct and said that she was incorrect. Have a look at this one. Here are two angles, so we've got A and we've got B. Angle B is a prime number between 40 and 50. Use the clue to calculate what the missing angles could be. Okay, so remember, a prime number means that it can only be divided by 1 and itself. So let's have a think. Our prime numbers then are 41, 43, not 45 because it's in the 5 times table, and 47. Not 49 because it's in the 7 times table. So use the clue to calculate what the missing angles could be. So therefore, if B is 41, A is what? If B is 43, A is what? If B is 47, A is what? Pause the video and have a go. Okay, so if B is 41 degrees, A is 139 degrees. If B is 43 degrees, A is 137 degrees. If B is 47 degrees, A is 133 degrees. If you've got any one of those correct, well done. Let's have a look at this one then. So we've got to calculate the missing angles on this picture and explain how you worked them out. Okay, so if I was you, I would start off with A because A is angles in a triangle, and we all know that angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. I think I would then move to C, I would then go on to D, and then I would go on to B. Okay, so remember, you're looking for your straight lines. So if we identify our straight lines, we've got one there, we've got one there, and we've got one there. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. So, A is 50 degrees because angles in a triangle equal 180 degrees. B is 80 degrees because 180 minus 100 is 80 degrees. C is 130 degrees because 180 minus 50 is 130 degrees. And D is 100 degrees because 180 minus 80 is 100 degrees. Well done if you got those right. Okay, this is your last question today. This is the more challenging one. So, the total of angle F and G are the same as angle E. Okay, so if you add F and G together, it means it's the same as angle E. Angle E is 9 degrees more than the size of the angle given. Okay, so E is 9 degrees more than 54 degrees. Angle F is 11 degrees more than angle G. So this one's slightly more than angle G. Calculate the size of the angles. Pause the video now and have a go. Make sure you follow the advice and the instructions given. Let's have a look at the answers then. So, E is 63 degrees because it's 9 degrees more than 54. Okay, so if we do 180 minus 54 minus 63, that means we've got 63 degrees left then. Okay, also that helps, it goes along with what we've been told because angle E is the same as F and G added together. E is 63, we've now got 63 left. So then we need to make sure that angle F is 11 degrees more than angle G, and that they still both add up to 63 degrees. So G must be 26 degrees and F must be 37 degrees. Well done if you got those correct. If you would like a further challenge, I would like you to create your own problem like this one for a partner to do. This may be an adult in your house, or you could send them to me and get me to have a go at them. Make sure you write down some instructions as well as giving a diagram to show what it would look like. Speak to you soon, Year 6.